Let's get it. Draft game 1. Yone going to be perma-banned by T1 because Faker can't play it. You have Rumble ban. Sion was insanely high prio in the last series. Zir ban, okay. Could be like first pick Talia potentially. Gwen is up as well. But I feel like if Doran plays Gwen, I feel like Zeus will have champions he's willing to play. He doesn't have to care about just doing like Gwen Rumble trade. It's obviously banned, but he doesn't have to like care about that being the main answer. All right, let's see if Zeus just first picks the Gwen. I just don't know what Doran would play into Gwen. Like, what does Doran play into Gwen? I don't get it. I mean, Vi is normally never left up in LCK. They think it's like the most OP champion in the entire game. Which is just weird, right? Because you could also just be one Jarvan here. It's just like an AoE Vi, you know? They could go Kalista, but I think that if they want to play Nico, they should just play the Nico. Yeah, then you could play like either Kalista or Varus or Jhin. You have a lot of stuff you can play. Yeah, with no Pantheon, I mean, not sure what Owner is going to play. That actually will punish this Jace heavily. I'm a little bit worried about when Keria is playing something like Nico nowadays with T1, because I feel like right now he needs to have a lot of ability to like warp games. And I mean, Nico has like the early dive, but Nico is more straightforward now. Like, Nico used to be a specialty pick. Now Nico is something that everyone plays and everyone like understands. It's like these guys are gonna do the cannon trick dive if you give them a chance at level 6. Have to be worried about the same type of plays. Wukong is the classic. All right, MF Rel. And then what is going to be the mid lane pick? All right, Silas. I mean, he's playing Silas into Ahri. One of the good Silas angles.
Maintain a decent level of prio. Both junglers currently in the top half of the map.
Gonna hit level 2.
Zeus is the level 2 gap. But Doran does find the sidestep still, though. Trade a bit rough.
Doran walked up
Does he miss?
while Zeus was hitting level 2.
Yeah, that's huge.
Kind of crazy. By the way, if Zeus wanted to win lane harder, he's like laning without a real rune. He wants to win lane harder, he just takes Grasp. I don't think there's an angle for Peanut to do anything here. Oh shit, Faker! Holy. Faker got clapped by BDD yesterday. Yeah, I mean, the main reason that Viper is playing MF is...
Oh dear, Doran goes into the circle. Shock Blast goes wide though, as now Doran looking to try and put on the pressure. Let's see, the snips are coming in and there's a pause.
Oh no.
Bro, what the f? There's a pause like this? I mean, he has flash, so there's no way he should ever die, but like, what is he gonna... Wait, what is he pausing for? It must have been something in this interaction. Oh god. Actually pretty bad that Zeus loses flash 1v1 though, because he had control of the lane, and normally if you lose your flash one time as a Jace, or you have like one bad situation happen, it's tough.
I feel like 9 out of 10 people say no.
Oh, there's the flash.
There it is, yeah.
So the one auto and then the flash does.
All right, we're back.
There's a chains are going to connect here from Faker, finding a really good trade with the Kingslayer.
Oh, he's okay. They know he's on it. Actually, really good.
Oh dear.
Really good for Owner. I mean, Peanut is just trying to do it because he thinks that there's no chance that they believe.
Couldn't see the health bar.
Fuck, hold on. Let's see.
Peanut, yeah, gets a suspicion. And Owner comes in. Let's see who's going to be able to take
this. Owner ends up getting it. Oh, Peanut spent all of his time doing it.
Yeah. Not able to
yeah, it's a timer where normally you would base, so Peanut was trying to sneak it. That's one of the advantages of Vi normally, is that you're much better at doing like early Drakes than other champions. Oh, they're just full sending. Okay. The Light trades his flash for Owner's flash. I think that's probably advantage for the Light, because the Light is not level 6 right now. Like, Rel flash when you have ult is way different than when you don't have ult here. Zeus is actually just losing lane now. Is that a mistake he made earlier? I mean, Owner has ulti still. Yeah, I think it's going to be impossible for them, to be honest. They can't fight this. I mean, giving early objectives when you're playing into Kalista Nico kind of makes sense.
A lot of value out of that one. Gold incredibly even, as we can see, is now Zeka moving forward.
Faker?
He's even got cease and desist.
Oh no, Faker, what are we doing?
backs it away, and there it is, returned in.
I mean, he knew where Peanut was this entire time because
It's a frustrating matchup to play
the Gwen actually showed. The Gwen got vision of him, so I don't know how Faker's dying here.
Towards the buy.
Oh,
Right,
no flash on this guy.
Peanut just starting this fight as he flashes
Peanut
away.
is flashing. What the f is going on here? What did Peanut just do?
Is just alone in the enemy jungle.
What the f, Peanut?
Get a bit of damage down.
I know this guy had no flash, but like, come on, guys.
With that Spirit Rush available, looking
Peanut.
to close in.
They're gonna lose Drake off this.
What was that, Peanut?
Yeah, that was really ugly from Peanut. I don't know. He just like ulted. He should have known Nico was there because Nico threw a clone at him. So
doesn't really matter.
Well, now Zeus is fighting against Doran. They I was gonna say trade ultimates, which I guess is kind of true, but Jace doesn't really have one. As Doran throws out the needlework, and Zeus is gonna.
that was just complete rundown from Peanut. Yeah, mid. They're looking at Guma here.
Did give him some trouble before.
He's dead, I think.
Guma could be in trouble as once again cease and desist comes down. He does have flash, so he's going to use.
Okay, maybe he's not. Owner ulted here. Flash. Wow, I'm actually surprised this didn't go better for them. Oh, Doran failed his flash. Okay. Does this guy have like tabbies or something? How is Guma not dying there?
No one going to die outside of
the light had flash, I thought. No. Let me see how the light plays. I mean, the guy has cleanse, right? But it's more than just if he just flash WRs, the guy just gets sucked in, you know, like he's just dead. He'll just land on top of him. I mean, this guy is dead if the light wants to kill him. If he flash WRs. Kalista Nico in lane.
Level 11 now as Chocblast does so much
damage. Full sending on owner.
Look at this, they're just in the blender.
Oh my god. Wait, is this good? Peanut? Peanut? What the is Peanut doing this game?
And now the bullet time's gonna need to save them.
What the hell is Peanut doing, bro? Like he's just ulting in and just killing himself on cooldown. Bro, Peanut, Jesus. Bro, they are really not understanding how their team comp should play. Like they have control of the zone. If Ahri is not able to follow up on the Vial, he should not be Vialting like this. The Light has a smite. I think they just like don't even win at this point though. I don't think they actually win it. This is good for a T1. They get on the objective to start. Should be happy with this. Oh, they're actually full sending on Wukong. They killed Wukong here. That's perfect for them. Wukong didn't expect to be jumped on like this. Massive for Hanwha Life. They got the Drake and they killed the Wukong.
They have 3 left, still alive.
They can just go mid. They don't need to do anything crazy. Okay, well, the Light is just trolling. All they needed to do was go mid here. But they sent it.
Into this fight is now Viper in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. Hanwha Life is really shaky this game. Like they're just reading situations really poorly. Like the beginning of the fight was good, but they have no way to keep on chasing here. So all they need to do after they get the Drake and win the fight is just go mid as 4. Just poke them as they're coming in to go mid. The result is not even as good as it should be anymore.
Oh god, the chain's gonna have to be flashed here by Zeus.
This is dead.
Doing so much work, and Owner is there with the follow-up.
Bro, holy.
The golden assist, and they're going to look for a top lane out of turret.
What a rough game from Hanwha Life. I mean, the whole idea of playing this type of comp with like Vi is that if the enemy team like tries to get position, so for example, right, Sylas Gwen, Wukong, they normally want to try to get angles in a fight, right? They're going to try to get angles to go in, because if they all just run front to back, like their comp is not that strong, especially in something like MF, it can be like really risky. So the whole advantage of Vi is that you're able to like, get people off angles. You're able to like punish people who are like slightly misstepping.
You need your team, you need the setup, and you
all right, let's see.
You need to be the team that's getting the first kill.
Well, they're going to look for it here as Delight going to be able to use that blast.
He's just dead before anything happens. Like they're just not even grouped up for this.
Possible overextension though, as the Orbit Deception does a lot of work as Faker dashing around.
And do they have to give it?
With his hijacked Spirit.
The question is like, if they give it, do they have to give Otacon as well?
But it says that is a great target. Is now Zeko looking for the jump. The bullet time doing massive damage, but Doran.
Yeah, they're just like completely out of it this game. Like they just got caught before they even got people on the same screen. The Light just got one shot. They just bot lane don't work anymore. I mean, they're fine. I mean, you could play Ziggs, but I don't think they need Ziggs. I think the team comp is fine for Hanwha. I think they just played really poorly. Like, mainly like you're playing Vi and you lost almost every. Normally the way it works is like your Vi ult is almost a guaranteed kill in most situations, right? I don't know if this is good from Faker. I actually think this is pretty bad by him. Let's see.
Magnus Storm picked up by Faker here, taking a fair bit of damage, but they've taken
with melees that
you know,
can just rip you to shreds.
Why is he even walking here though?
Ripped to shreds. Peanut gonna try and get over the wall, but the flash is there.
He just walked through his entire jungle with zero vision. What the hell?
And T1 were ready.
There is also no jungler. So let's see whether HLE can try and kill T1 before they take
they just get this for free. They shouldn't care about anything else.
As Delight goes in, finds the Magnus Storm. Let's see whether they can get the kills of the Pop Blossom. Doesn't do too much. They take down the Gwen.
This is just dead too. Oh, the root was actually huge here.
Looking to try and turn it. Kamiushi takes down Zeka.
All right, GG.
They've dealt with this Rel at the same time, and T1.
If Zika doesn't get hit there, maybe they can play more, but
well, there you go.
Just looks like they actually just weren't ready to play Vi at all. Like, he played this game with zero nuance. Like, he was doing the Vi ults where you just Vi ult in front of the full enemy team and they drag you like 3 screams. You know how he played? He played Vi this game the way that LS acts. You have to acts like you have to play Vi every single game. Where you just have to like press R into the whole enemy team. They just drag you into the whole team and you just die and your champion is like kind of mid. He played Vi the exact way that LS makes it seem like you need to play Vi every single game. That's how he played.
This is, of course, feeling like a little bit of ceremony because this game is all but over. That is going to be a bit of an engage onto Doran, but he does go into the mist and now looks to
hey, Doran making some space.
Going golden here. Those big old scissors doing some work. There is the Magnus.
Oh my god, the MF ult is juicy as fuck. Too bad it doesn't matter at all.
The Pop Blossom massive as well, and T1 just slaughter them.
Yeah, this game was pathetic. Are they gonna ban Azir again or first pick it? Okay, they're banning Azir again. T1's gonna keep a Yone ban the entire series probably. They're just gonna have a locked Yone ban. Unfortunate, but Faker can't really play Yone, and then he can't play the answers to Yone really well outside of maybe a Kali. I don't think that that's what they want to play. You could go Akali into Yone in like a later game if they have like a good condition. Let's say it's like 2-1 T1 and they get into game 4. That's where you could play like maybe Akali into Yone if you think it's good and you don't want to have the locked Yone ban for a potential game 5.
But more often than not, their job is
but normally into Yone, the other champions are like Aurora, which Faker is like he could play it, but he's not like amazing at it. Or just playing like 80 mid laners, you know, Corki, stuff like this. If T1 wins, enemy just underperforms. Same old narrative. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to say that it's like T1's actually just been better than Hanwha Life this split, and it's just like people giving them an unfair shake of it. But like Hanwha Life is the favorite, so if Hanwha Life doesn't win this series, people are going to say that Hanwha Life underperformed because they've literally been better than T1 the entire year up until this point. The 6 months that these teams have been playing together, Hanwha Life has just been better than T1. So it's not like some anti-T1 narrative if people are like, oh, Hanwha Life underperformed on the day if they end up losing to T1. Yeah, I wonder what Zika really wants to play into Rise. I mean, you can do things like Ori Nocturne. Yeah, I could see them going Ori Nocturne here. 2 mobile champions that you can play into. Orianna has good lane into Rise. I think it could work. Ooh, they're going Xin Zhao here. I mean, Xin Zhao is value.
You can also do this, and it is Zeka.
Can you do this? Do you want to go Akali into Rise? I don't think that this is generally good. Okay, Victor, they're going Control Mage. They're just viewing it as a situation where they're like, you know what? Just play solid lanes. They'll all be good. I mean, this Varus pick is actually...
Yeah, exactly. It's a fearless...
Yeah, this Varus pick is actually going to be kind of annoying. I mean, it's one of Guma's best champions. And I don't really like Xin Zhao in spots like this. T1 is way stronger mid-jungle 2v2. Like, normally Xin Zhao is not even good into Pantheon alone, and now you're playing Pantheon, you're playing Xin with a Victor into Pantheon Rise, so
I don't know about Vayne.
I think Owner could potentially just run him again. Hoppy.
Almost a triple flat.
I mean, it's a flex. It could just be Hoppy top, I guess.
But you could. right? And then the
I wouldn't really want to be playing Poppy here. They might just go like Alistar, Jin Alistar.
As well.
Leona feels a little
And I think
bit
that they're
safer
kind of
here,
like
especially 'cause you have-
their comp doesn't look very threatening, to be fair. But if they do scale, I mean, they have good front to back and stuff. But it's not a comp that I'm like super
You might want to save it for later.
excited about.
Yeah,
On Honor left side?
into the Poppy, obviously.
I mean, it is, yeah.
Oh, Nautilus. Nautilus is a solid pick here. Gives you a little bit more agency. Mbessa, Doran Mbessa. I mean, Mbessa is pretty good here, but I just don't really trust Doran on the pick. Spellbook Poppy, bro. There's no way Spellbook Poppy is gonna. I refuse to believe that you're allowed to play Spellbook Poppy in a game like this. Into Nautilus, which is not even like a lane that you really want. And your team is like losing team fights.
Perhaps the biggest enjoyer of Spellbook.
I am
I feel like
yeah, I just don't trust. Don't trust T1's team comp for them. And T1 has to make side lane plays, but they're gonna have to. The problem here is also like it's harder to make side lane plays when you're playing into a Sion. There's just less value on them, right?
But Dragon is going to go the way of T1 here.
And T1 will get Drake because their team was all bot side here.
Coming over with Owner, and obviously with the
Zin is just farming, being efficient here. One is going to 3-0 now. I mean, maybe, bro. If they win like this game, like I thought they had worse draft.
Still goes over. So once again,
this game,
full Dragon
like
control in this series.
Outside, like in team fights,
HLE
so they had to make stuff like they want to like do well in the early part of the game. But yeah, you got to be so happy with this game. You got to be insanely happy here. It's not that weird. So the reason here is that because Hanwha Life is like they have good conditions in the lane, they're happy to just allow the situation to play out where they're getting more farm and they're being efficient. Rather than like committing for a Drake fight. And also like when you're playing things like Nautilus into Poppy, your big advantage is once you're level 6, you're better around the objective. Like Poppy has to be good and get like he has to ulti multiple people out. He has to make the fight funny. And in a direct fight, Nautilus just can walk forward and punish a Poppy. If Poppy ever gets hooked, he gets one shot with Nautilus ult. They have way more control here, so you would be down to give first Drakes as Hanwha Life's team comp. Should be very happy with like how the game is being played right now.
Decent amount here towards the bottom side as Zeus is just trying to play that weak side.
Hey, here's the side lane play.
The realm warp in as Faker
good play. I mean, they have to make plays like this, right? They have to make side lane plays. Talked about it. Faker's gonna die though. Faker has to. Oh, Faker's dead.
Towards this bottom side.
Oh, it's an execute though.
Just executes himself.
Flashed.
Denies the money to HLE.
He denies the money. Zika gets the experience. I think he was an experience range, right?
That Q hits on the realm warp. It's a little bit different, I think, for how the story does eventuate, but Faker's able to avoid it.
They're stronger here.
That's a big win. You know, no real loss.
You're level 6 on Nautilus.
Or sorry, no trade back for Hanwha Life.
Is that a big win? I don't think it's a big win. I don't think it's a big win. It's what T1 needs to do, but they're not like mega happy that the Scion died and Pantheon got like 1 kill on the side and they lost the red for it. When did Zika flash? I guess he just flashed to try to cancel this or something. Oh, Faker's no flash. He's mega dead. He's mega dead, bro.
I think he's dead. Yeah. They got him this
time. It's a Viper.
They did get him this time. So
I'm mega happy here.
1 versus 1 as far as those kills are concerned. Here on the bottom side of the map, Doran in a little bit of trouble as well, but is able to dash out of the way of the gravity field, and he will be...
They actually didn't get the good blast cone over. Would have been huge.
And that is just
going for a very safe build here with a rod of
you have to. Okay, hold on.
What's going to connect here is okay. They're going to go for the chain CC. Carrion tries to move himself out of the way, but Peanut blocks down that
kill. The way that they changed Varus is that you don't have like as low cooldowns.
Might be a big in here for HLE to try and get this.
Unless you're hitting spells consistently on blighted targets.
This full turret as they look for Owner.
Yeah, another hook does come through. There's the audacious charge as Faker is off to the side to make this an actual 2 versus 2. Berserker comes over to make it 3. Gumayushi a little bit later. The Arcane Storm, not quite enough as the Chains of Corruption comes in, and Peanut taxis his way out with the Grump. Knocks it up there as well, but Realm Warp is coming in. Peanut does
Faker?
Hook is going to come through as Viper.
I don't know what Faker's doing. Oh, he's just dead, I think. Sion just dives him, no?
Okay, keep his
yeah, he's dead as hell.
Him out of there. Now Faker is the one
Faker is like desperate right now. I mean, to be honest, like the game is like mega losing. Like they feel like they're super losing, so that's why he's doing stuff like this.
Yeah, this time T1 is the one trying to heavily overcommit.
They're trying to heavily overcommit because they feel like they're not going to get many options in the game. So
looks like maybe he has, as we're not done yet.
All right, there's a Grand Starfall underneath the turret here.
Fine.
Onto a gravity
No flash on this guy.
As Owner,
oh my God, this game's over. All right, we're going game 3, bro. We're going game 3. I got to see what T1 is cooking here for later games in terms of like what champions is Faker going to play now that his Victor is out, which is probably one of his favorite champions, after Azir, Sylas, and Ahri are gone. And I'm just wondering if they still have like what does Faker want to play here?
I do think that this right here, this is...
He just used barrier. Why did he just barrier? Does he think? Wait, does he think that he has spellbook? Guma, what are you barriering?
To get out.
I mean,
hello? Does he have spellbook? Does he have something that I don't know about? Is there some AD carry tech that I don't know about?
As Doran looking for an opportunity, but
I mean, normally you'd never want to make this play, but they're doing it here. There's flash. Really? I don't think this is necessary, bro. Zeus, why are we flashing? Just let him go, bro. Just let him go. All right, so they actually are not going to have control of Drake because of this. This is a little bit weird from Hanwha Life, because like now it just makes like the fight potentially harder. And they just need to get together and make sure that there's no Poppy funny like ulti angle. Oh, so good. So good. This is exactly what they needed. Faker's dying on the other side though.
That is going to be kill on the other side though, as both mid laners are now lying in the dust. The curtains have been called.
Still looks fine though. It still looks playable. Guma's going to barrier here.
To be that monster in the front line.
Guma's going to barrier here.
Is still being a menace. Zeus is looking to lock him down. As Gumayushi over the wall is getting the pot shots in. Viper now
yeah, that was so good. The R flash was so nice from Keria. Like that's, I mean, that's essentially exactly what they needed, right? That's what we said. They need to be able to get some like funny play where Poppy ults people out. So that R flash was super nice by Poppy. The thing that's bad about Hanwha in this situation though is they knew the Poppy was there. Like they saw the Poppy beforehand and they just disrespected. So that's pretty rough.
This one objective-wise still down in gold, but it feels less.
Oh, they're sending.
Public execution goes in as Viper is
Viper just stood in front of the TP and died. What the Viper? Wait, Viper just stood in front of the TP and just died. What the hell? What the? That cannot be how we play it, bro. That cannot be how we play it. He has no flash and he just stood in front of the Ambessa TP. I mean, Hanwha Life just need to group up and play fights together and not have like disasters happen before the fight.
5 win, Keria again. Can they find
Keria is just walking in. The R flash again. It's not a great initiate. It's not a great beginning of this fight. It's probably like the worst it could have started, but Doran is in there, but this is actually really bad for them. This is so bad for them.
The blender, and he will be taken out. Now the curtains have been called. Keria slowed down. He is out of range of these shots, and now Zeka is 1v1ing against a Poppy and kind of losing. That was scary.
Fine.
And Keria is able to walk his way out. Still this time, HLE find a fight.
Take the Drake, and I mean, they TP and do Otacon? Maybe not. Oh, they're teaming behind. This is a TP from Poppy. They should know that Ambessa is dead, right? So Zeus is just walking in because he knows that he knows that he'll go into zombie form and be able to get damage off.
Deadly flourish, will it be in range?
Nice.
He doesn't quite find it, but he doesn't need to. It's a double for Zeka.
And they get Otacon. I should be happy. I mean, Poppy got another good ult here, by the way. Poppy got another good ult here. Thing is that like T1 can't win a fight on Dragon anymore, so what T1 needs to do, especially if HLE has flashes up, T1 needs to try to find like a pick and use the pressure of the Dragon to find value somewhere else.
They're just looking for Zeka, and he is a deep TP. He is a long way away.
Hey, he can flash the team here.
Everyone, as he flashes towards Owner, the rest of his team
this is okay, honestly. It's okay, honestly.
He's still alive for now. The depth charge comes into
oh, really good ulti from Doran.
Who is just standing in amongst all of his body.
Viper ends up dying. Viper ended up dying here.
Singled out. It's Zeka's turn to close in. Faker's still looking for that damage, but now the fight is ensuing on the other side.
Ends up being a 2 for 2, but this is really good for T1 because they're getting the flashes out. It's huge. It's actually really good for T1 because they get flashes out of Hanwha Life here.
is the trade.
It's really important.
But it is only really the tanky members alive from HLE, and Gumayushi is still terrifying on his signature Varus.
Let's see if Carrier gets his 50th flash ult of the game. I mean, the good thing for T1 in this fight is they got flashes from Hanu Life, right? That's their big advantage, is there's no flashes on the carries of Hanu Life, so... The thing is, Zika is, like, tanky, so he's... Yeah. That's the issue, is that Zika is actually tanky here.
He will be successful, and remember,
So you can only really kill the Jhin easily, I would say. They send on Zika here. Viper ended up getting hit by the Embezzle ult. I mean, they're winning. Wow, they're gonna get Soul. Bro, they get Soul here. No way. I mean, this was the advantage. This is exactly why T1 won the last fight, is because they got the flash from Viper and the flash from Zika. They might just win now, bro. They might just win. They're winning team fights where they should be losing team fights. T1 might just be better than them, bro. T1 might just be better than them. They're beating them in most situations.
On their side of the rift.
Guma is just kind of caught here. He's just dead, I think. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not.
Doesn't have a whole lot of hope, but he does flash. And the train is not even going to get the stun. The wind becomes lightning, misses. Is the knockup going to be there?
Wait, did he knocked up a minion or what? Did he knock up a minion here, or what happened here? Doran is actually just 1v2ing the backline during this. Doran is just 1v2ing the backline during this. They actually can't do anything about Doran.
On the top side, Delight trying to get out the flash in front from Carrier.
Oh my god, he's 1v2. Wait, Doran is just carrying the whole team.
Here in Busan.
Wait, did Peanut knock up a minion there? I wasn't 100% sure, but he didn't get the knockup on Jhin.
Yeah, I want to have a chat with Aslan, man. That guy is getting hit by everything there in Narnia.
Oh man,
Doran is the top goat. I mean, he's goating it up this series. This is why no one plays Poppy, right? Is because they don't actually believe this is a real condition.
All right, his health bar is looking a little bit large, but let's see how long it lasts. As there's
Doran is sending it.
Doran getting in amongst 5 people underneath the turret.
He's just unkillable.
They haven't gone down just yet, but there's the Grand Starfall. Here is T1, and it's a double already for that man in the top lane. Zeka gonna go golden, and just watch as T1 rolls over the top like this wave that is just attacking them in their base. Viper, yeah, I think probably sticking around on this fountain is going to be the right idea, as T1 will move to match point here and make it possibly
all right.
a pretty short.
Looks like T1's actually gonna go to MSI. That is crazy, by the way. Hanu Life has been better than T1 the entire time. And then this series they show up and T1's just outplaying them. Yeah, they're getting out clutched. It is what it is. Actually, maybe it was just for Rumble. Annie, I like that. I like that from Faker. I think that's smart.
Okay,
I feel like that's like the role he should be playing on this team. You just play Annie with any of the 80 junglers that you want, like maybe like Annie Neferi or something. Is that a Peanut Nidalee? Are we going to risk our entire season on Peanut Nidalee, or is Zeus just going to play Nidalee top? Because he's got to control Doran and lane, bro. He's got to get ahead. I mean, I don't think Zeus really wants to play Renekton. I feel like it's just going to be Nidalee top. Is it just going to be T1 3-0, bro? Is it just a T1 3-0? Doesn't he just play Neferi here? Doesn't he just play Neferi? I feel like they're banning out like all these specialty picks, but I feel like he just plays Neferi and he's super happy. Galio to Annie is pretty good generally. They're playing like full disengage though. I feel like Hanu Life's mentality has shifted. Like they've lost confidence for sure. Is it not just Neferi though? Or does that champ just not exist anymore? I hate the drive in here. Wow. Okay, Lee Sin. I'm really surprised he didn't go Neferi here. Like, Neferi is pretty good versus champions that have dashes, right? Like Nidalee and Lucian, because you just point and click them. Wow, that looks so vegan, bro. That looks insanely vegan, but they will have side lane pressure, but it looks so vegan to me. Some hate on T1. I think they have the worst fan base in all of esports. I mean, even just this year, you just look at their reactions. Look at the way that they've attacked the LCK casters. Don't even look at me, right? Just look at how they treat other people, because obviously now I'm branded as the T1 hater guy, so they're gonna obviously treat me fucked up. But like, look at how they treat people like us. Look at like the protests, the fucking 9 trucks outside the arena. Look at the way that they've treated Smash throughout the year. How did we get here? I mean, Hanwha Life is just getting outplayed consistently by T1 in the series.
But Owner does not carry his clear in.
Well, there's the entrance as the door is going to get put up. Viper taking so much damage here as he's still trying to fight.
They don't have heal even, bro. Like, they have to be scared. They don't have heal here. Bro, they're just getting shot on so hard. But why would you want to play Braum Lucian into Xayah Rakan, though? Like, isn't that kind of crazy? Like, they also knew what they were playing into. And they're just going to get Drake for free.
Get the trade back on her, even though her health is low. And this means that Faker still gets to stay in lane, even though his health bar is so low, and they get prio on the Dragon.
I do feel like HLE probably needs to get Grubs this game for the Gnar. It's weird, right? Because Hanwha Life was so confident around Drake's versus Gen G, but versus T1, they've been like kind of just giving them.
Even though he's still at the highs, but them just gapping like this, I think, is unexpected as well.
Oh my god, he didn't even get it.
Worst.
That is not what
Bro, that's actually so bad for them too.
HLE still with an opportunity to fight for this one as we've got top laners battling before this all starts. Gumiushi and Ona in position on these grubs as Carrier.
Carrier's making so much space. I mean, the thing here is that they have Galio ult, but they look so vegan, bro. They look so vegan. They're so vegan, bro. They're so vegan. I mean, they kind of have to be with the confidence. Like, I don't even think they scale that well with this comp. Like, I don't think they're going to just win at a point. I feel like T1's comp is way more solid. So, like,
they knew he was in the brush. They just could not collapse because he's got flash.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Oh, it's so
Kina's just behind as well. Feels kind of forced to me. I mean, what is it? What is the basis of it?
I mean, good luck defending this dive.
Well, there is that quickness that goes in, gets the charm.
They have Galio ult here to counterplay this.
Here's the heroic entrance. Gumiushi with the feather storm though, and he holds.
Bro, they have no damage.
The winds of war come down.
Peanut's coming though. Peanut's coming.
That would have been a dead Zeka there, a dead gargoyle underneath the turret, and it might still be. As Carrier knocks.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Downfall.
Here comes Faker.
This is actual downfall. This is Hanwha Life downfall. Bro, this is crazy. They're actually just gonna get 3-0'd. They're gonna get 3-0'd. It's so insane. I mean, Guma and Carrier just completely gapped them this series.
I mean, this is just a bottom 2v2 setup where, again, Guma pushes it in and they have so much agency. Zayas looking for something back here in the bottom lane.
He has to.
Yeah, let's see if he can find it.
TP though.
Teleport is going to come in. Doran goes all out and doesn't get CC'd from the Gnar. Zayas looking to try and get himself out of here. There is the wallop. It's Carrier that comes in. And there's the Q charged up.
Oh, he tried to predict it.
Does come through as Zayas gets the transformation. The turret's getting aggressive. Zayas still.
Oh my god, bro. They're actually just getting shot on.
Up the kill.
Bro, how did they get rolled this hard in the series? Like, throwing random leads consistently. And I normally hate when a team starts going down that path, because the idea that you're just going to just lock in and be better, I feel like a lot of times it doesn't come back as quickly as people think it will. They kicking Peanut here. They even play the game? Oh my god, they're just getting insanely rolled. They're getting insanely rolled, bro. Insanely rolled. Holy shit. Honestly, it's my fault. I wasn't praying on T1 downfall hard enough. I didn't put T1 downfall in my title or anything.
I don't know if this could be
it's my fault.
One-sided. And
Carrier is crazy. I mean, he's just unlocked. He's playing with insane confidence right now. When he does this, he's like, he's just the best support in the world. He's just playing the way he wants to play, you know? Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't have been that surprising. I mean, it's super surprising that T1 3-0'd. Like, that is like crazy. Like, them 3-0ing Hanwha Life. Because the thing is, like, the early games, I would think, would generally be sided towards Hanwha Life because they like more of the meta picks, you know? I mean, it obviously depends. But normally, if you're on blue side and you're playing against people like Faker, who wants to, like, really do, like, you know, like fucking like RE trades and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like, if you just get a draft where you get a good Silas angle, like, they play a lot of the same champions, so let's see how this goes. Probably just unlosable for T1 at this point. They can take any fight.
Takedown, Peanut. They'll take that one very comfortably. Delight next on the menu. Delicious. Here's the knockup comes through. My god, the damage as Zeka will be eviscerated. And Viper standing alongside Zayas underneath this turret, and Doran says,
GG, bro. GG. They got completely fisted in this one. Game 2 is the most illegal loss of all time.
Look for a Mega Cone. going for a disengage.
Am I crazy? Or is it actually perfect gameable? All grubs, all herald, all turrets.
God, you
no
are
kills
right.
for Hanwha. They could perfect game Hanwha and knock them out of MSI.
Oh, that is absurd. Okay, Zeus is.
Oh my God, they are getting insanely fisted, bro. Like this is like getting tough to watch.
Well,
oh
Guma.
yeah. Zeka going in. Guma is going forward into 3 people. The feathers are just doing so much damage.
Hate that we're being robbed of a Genji T1 final. Yep.
There's the knock-up attempt onto Zeka, who doesn't get the taunt. Onto Gumayushi, he's got the shield, the flash, but the Feather Storm is there in answer, and Zeus cannot do anything as he gets that backline. It's the Pyroblast.
Carrier completely smurfed the entire series. I think player of the series has to be Carrier, no?
Going to fall. There goes the perfect game, but it doesn't mean anything because
player of the series has to go to Carrier. Completely 1v9'd.
Right here.
all the circumstances around this almost qualification for them is bye-bye.
Is just going to run towards.
Oh, he got Kha'zix ulted out of the cone.
Says nope, no mega cone for you, sir. As in goes Carrier, finds them all in that back line. As the Galio.
Bro, this is generational from Hanwha Life, though. Like, this is a crazy, crazy underperformance. And T1 definitely played like better than expected. Like T1 played well today. But even if T1 plays well, Hanwha shouldn't lose like this to any team, bro. Hanwha Life shouldn't lose like this to Genji. They shouldn't lose like this to any team in the world with their lineup. The fact they're losing like this is like ridiculous underperformance. Honestly, it's not even easy to, because T1 had to play the series before this where they can get mental gapped. You know, like KT was on the Shopify run, bro, where it's just they have like pretty good mental advantage in that series. So T1 won the hard series, and then this one they played super free. Like this is the series where you can play with like no regrets, you know? Because you're such big underdogs, like you've been worse than Hanwha Life the entire year. So if you just show up and just play your best, like there's not really, like, and you lose, it's like whatever. They're just a better team than us. They're a team that won first stand, and they beat them twice in regular season. So yeah.
And all right, HLE are at least on the map for the moment. They are absolutely reeling. In goes Zeka, looking to try and get one against Faker here, as Carrier says absolutely not. He finds a whole lot of charms here in this mid lane. The heroic entrance is going to get a knock up onto the Rakan. Yeah, they'll be able to kill him again, but do they have any chance in the rest of this fight? And the answer is maybe they can get Faker, but otherwise it is all T1, as Gumayushi will be able
Bro, they ended up playing Braum in. So number one, Braum just sucks into Rakan in general. Like people just like that matchup.
Their way out, another Sonic Wave is going to go wide. As the play caller coming on through, Peanut trying to do what he can, but Owner just.
So they went Braum into Xayah Rakan showing with a Lucian. So they just opted into a mega losing lane.
He gets out.
Instead of trying to play something like, you know, they could have tried to play something here like Milio Lucian. Like Milio has a lot of value in this game because you're playing into a Annie. You can like cleanse the AoE stun. And also like the laning is better into Xayah Rakan than Braum's laning is.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh no, not the sad B.
You have to Q the Rakan W, which can be hard, but it makes more sense than this to me. If you're playing Lucian and you're just like, oh, we're only going to play it with Braum, that seems like a very flawed plan.
He does have a taunt. He manages to buff the Justice Punch quite nicely here, but he's still.
Oh, nice. Doran is doing 30 damage on auto.
Zeus decent Nabot position right now, but there is the insect.
Holy. What an insane stomp.
Vipers. Now Peanut once again finding himself in a precarious spot, but not as precarious as what Zeus is dealing with right here. It's a cute little gnaw, and he might be able to keep himself alive for a little bit longer, but T1 are still just
over right now to lock in. The joke was that there's not actually a final. That's why I tweeted out about the Genji final versus T1. The joke is that we don't get a final in LCK. It's just a qualification match. So Genji didn't get a title, even though they deserved one. And we don't get a final at the same time.
26-3.
Bro, they got absolutely fisted in this one. Crazy fisted, bro.
And I had a line prepared about denying golden roads and things like that. I just don't think it's relevant. T1 were just so
yeah, I don't think it's relevant either.
Didn't even look like.
All right, I'm going back to sleep, bro. That was a fast series. What the I wasn't expecting this fast of a series. I thought it would be like a 3-1 if anything. Owner just the GOAT. I think Carrier was the GOAT this series, bro.
On one side.
I think Carrier's performance is... I think he deserves player of the series, in my opinion.
saving
So
that for
no
Canada.
team besides for Flying Oysters that made made first stand made MSI. That is actually crazy. No team besides for Flying Oysters